Okay, here I'm back. I actually added a little twist to this now. I actually added a few pigtails. That way I have more room to work with these cables and that they don't end up in the middle, which I actually need to be careful that the cables don't short with each other. So what I've done is I've taken, since I got my heat gun, which, tell you the truth, you know, electrical in a house, I don't know of anyone that will use solder, you know, because they're not, this is really not electronics. But you know, in my case, since I got the tools and I got the you know, the know-how, and I know how to do this stuff, I'm gonna do it, and it'll be much safer anyway, because it's not gonna come loose somehow. It's the last thing I need, so I'm just gonna put some solder, put those pigtails in there, and what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to you know, cut the ends and put a little bit of shrink tubing in there. That way, now this stuff gets shorted out somehow. Now I join all those cables, burn it real good. So what I'm doing here, I'm just adding a little bit more wire. So everything is nice and packed up. You don't have to put a lot of solder if you actually, if you were to use the technique I'm using here. I mean, you could use those hats that were there before. But it's really your preference. I think that this is gonna be, it's not gonna come apart, tell you one thing. So anyways, I have my shrink tube in here. I got all kinds of shapes, colors, and I mean, good stuff. So my preference is the blue one. I don't think I have any black one. Actually, I do have a little black one there. I don't know if I have enough. Color doesn't really matter. In this case, nobody's going to be taking this apart. It's not a car. But I'm going to use, I could use white for white and black for black, as a matter of fact, which makes it neater, if you want to say that. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters and check my soldering points. It looks like that one needs a little more. So that black one needs a little more. It didn't catch on the other side. So just gonna put a little more. That way it's evened out and it's nice and strong. Alright, perfect. Now this one here is good. That one seems to be good. And that one is good. Let me cut that piece anyway. Let's see. Okay. So that's good. Now I'm just going to cut the right pieces here with my camera, that way you guys can see. I just need a few pieces. You cut just a little bit. Always wear your eye protection. You can be sure that when you cut, you put your hand on the other side of the cutter. That way, when that thing snaps out, these little pieces of that will hurt, especially in the eyes. So I'm gonna be running to the hospital. Anyways, I'm just gonna cut a nice little piece there, and kind of make it a bundle. Put it down. That doesn't seem to be big enough, so I may have to use the black one instead for all of them. Just like I said, doesn't matter. Just make it a bundle. Just be sure everything's nice and covered. All the wires. Thing is going to go right in there. Once you shrink it, it's not going to go anywhere. So, if you have a heat gun, which in my case, I got one, be a nice piece of cake to shrink it. So, let me see. We're done with the black. With the black shrink tool. So, in my case, I'll just put. Alright, let me see if I can get another color.